My challenge is, how do you determine which realtors you really want to focus on? I'm dealing with squirrels. There's so many realtors, there's so many choices. How do you pick which realtors you want to spend time with, send videos with, have a meeting with? Do you look them up? I know that, we send out Facebook, can you recommend a good realtor in your area?
Yeah.
But I've grown past that point to the point that I know I want to focus on the producers and not the, maybe not the onesies, twosies, which is okay.
I actually thought that same thing, Lisa, because, when you start this out, you gather. I'm like, oh my gosh, gotta get them all. And I realized I wasn't focused, and it kind of contributed to my panic because I had a lot of good friends, but not a lot of good business. So I basically made a dating profile. I go, this is what I need in my business. And I defined the person that meets that dating profile. And we go on dates. Todd and I set appointments, we meet with people, and if they fit the dating profile, we take it to another level. If they don't, we're just like, hey, you're cool. If you send me something, great. But I've narrowed it down to a good handful of people that I'm putting my energy into, and I'm seeing that results. And they're telling other people. So it's just being super clear for me what's important to me in that realtor relationship, and then holding them, in my own head, accountable to delivering on that relationship.
I want to work with people that I love. And so for me, it's the start of that connection. As I get a lot of them from my listing side, we're doing the updates on the videos and everything, you're getting in front of them. When I get really good feedback, those are the ones that I will try to make a really good connection with. And then I'll also I have a couple of really good realtor friends that can tell me what they did last year, or how much business they're doing. So, and I'll let somebody go easily if I don't like them, even if they are a big producer. If there's no connection. And then the other part is I have some of my really good realtors and say, hey, let's go, let's schedule a lunch. Bring your favorite person in the office.
For me, what has worked is I decided I narrowed it down that there were 3 people that I was targeting to solidify a solid relationship with. Because what I would do is I'd go have a lunch, it went great, and I call them every once in a while, but I wanted really solid relationships. And so those people, I literally have an action plan within Pipedrive that I go to lunch. Now I send them one of my favorite things. I send them ideas on Fridays, like fun facts on Fridays. Hey, here, you might like this. So for me, it's about solidifying those relationships instead of thinking of it like really big and everybody's my client. I've narrowed it down for me because I can squirrel real easy and been really on point. Who do I want? And they're going to be my client, and they're never going to send anybody else a deal. I'm their lender.
I would always do it like this. I would know exactly who I wanted on my team, and I would talk to as many people as possible. But when I was talking to them, my eye was always on qualifying. Always. The amount of people that we talked to a lot of people. But the amount of people that I turned down and said, you're not ready for it, were a lot. So the process for me was, talking to people, but I have a very, very clear, Deanna said it perfectly. I love the dating analogy. I'm very, very clear on who are the clients that we can serve and who are the ones that we can't. And it's the same thing for you and your business. I don't waver on that either. But what I do well is that I don't believe I have any fear of rejection, and I'll talk to as many people as possible, and I'll go through the process, and I'll go through the work of doing that. And that's what I want for each and every one of you. Now, you can also say, dude, I wanted something more tactical than that. And I would say, here's the deal. When I stopped finding people to talk to, I would drive around and call the listing agent on houses that were for sale, because at least they had a house for sale. And I would say, I'm a mortgage lender in the area. I have a lot of clients that are always interested in my opinion on houses. Can you tell me a little bit more about your house? And I would open it up and I'd get them talking, and then I'd create relationships from there. I would not try to sell them. I would not try to do anything from there. I would then put them into my database, and, you know, and for you guys, I'd connect with them on social, and great, you know, and it's a way just to talk to people. They literally love talking about their listings. I used to drive around and I would call, and I did my Wednesday system. I'd just pick up the phone and say, hey, hey Sharon, I'm looking at your house on 6040 Alderdale right here. I'm a mortgage lender in the area. I have a big database of clients. They're always asking me about homes, and I do a lot of work in this area. I've probably done 50% of the loans in Piedmont. So tell me a little bit more about your listing. What's going on? And then I would just keep asking questions from there. I got some big people from that. You know, if you think about it like this, in the old days, all sales jobs were territories. So when you'd work for a real estate company, not kidding, in like 1960, you'd get a territory. That was your territory. And we've lost that. So if you look in terms of like, I want to have the highest market share in this zip code or these neighborhoods, and you can get what's called hyper local, you'll do so much better.